I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve The Heat Between Us by Marty Sears. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it will be the first link in the description. Let's have a look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we are going to place the digits 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and 3 by 3 box once each. Entering correct digits may clear fog somewhere in the grid. So if I determine this digit here, it may do nothing, or it may clear fog around it, or it may clear fog somewhere else completely. No guessing is necessary. Okay, in this puzzle, coloured lines are edge thermos. These run along cell edges, and we can see these in the grid under the fog here. Any cell edge covered by a thermo contains a thermo spot. We can see these here. The value of a thermo spot equals the sum of the digits in the two cells it sits between. So if this were a 5 and a 7, then this would have a value of 12. Values of spots along a thermo strictly increase moving away from the bulb. What that means is that this bulb here must have a value less than that one, and a value less than that one, and so on. Okay, each thermo is a different colour, and they don't overlap or intersect with each other. Okay, with that in mind, let's restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Okay, this is clearly the same thermo as this. Ah, very clever. All right. We can see from these three cells that are unfogged that our red thermo does not come underneath here. So it must go over the top. Now I'm going to use the line drawing tool, the pen tool. If you're not familiar with the pen tool, it is accessible in settings. That's the cog that's above the number pad, and then you can enable the pen tool. And then a new icon will appear to the right of your number pad so that you can use that. Now, let's pick red. So we know we can't come under here because of this, so we're going over. Let's go as close as we can to the gold one without actually interacting with it. I think that's reasonable. It looks like there are some other paths that will have the same length, as long as we don't go any higher than this or go further out than we need to. So this is the shortest path by being as efficient as possible. Okay. Now, the smallest value that a dot can have is going to be 1 and 2 to make 3, a 1-2 pair. So if that were 3, that could be 4, that could then be 5, that could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And that is awesome because 17 is the highest that we can make. So overall, this thermo is, this edge thermo is all the possible values on its thermo spots. So I am going to remove the line drawing, and because I don't know exactly how it goes, but that must be a 1-2 to make 3. This spot must have a value of 4. Only way to make 4 is with a 3 and a 1. So that has to be the 3. That's the 1. Place a 2 there. This spot has a value of 5, so that must be a 2. Oh, look. We have some fog that has cleared. This is 6 for this spot, so that must be a 4. This is 7, that must be a 3. This is 8, and we have some options. So let's pause on that because there's other stuff that we know we can do. This is 8, 9 to make 17. This must be 7 and 9 to make 16, so that must be the 9. That's the 8, that's the 7. To make 15, we add an 8 to our 7. To make 14, we add a 6 to the 8. To make 13, we add a 7 to the 6. And that is now 12. And that's going to be 11. But that's going to be the same digit in either case. So this digit is exactly one more than that digit. Is that going to be, yeah, that's going to be the same. Oh, that's going to be the same here too. Right. This, for determining what these 3 digits are, obviously this thermo has a lot more flexibility, but we can say that this digit for these 3 spots this digit's going to be the same in all of them. So the only thing we really care about is these 3. That must be less than that, which must be less than that. So this is 1 or 2, and it can't be a 2. That's a 1. And it didn't clear any fog. All right. But that must be more than that. Sorry, that must be less than that. That's more than that. All right, what have we got here? So likewise, this doesn't really matter for the value of these 3 as long as that is less than that, which is less than that. This has to be 2. That's a minimum of 4. That's a minimum of 5 then. So if that's a minimum of 5, but it can't be 6 or 7, that's 5, 8, or 9. This must be minimum of 4. 4, 5, 6, can't be 7 or 8, and it can't be 9 because that would break that. So this is a minimum of 3 by sudoku. Okay. And then this is lots of options. So I'm not going to fill that in just yet. Okay, this is 10, in fact. So maybe I will think about this. This is 10. And it can't be 1, 9 because of this. It can't be 3, 7 because that sees both of 3 and 7. So it's 2, 8 or 4, 6. Well, that can't be 2 because that would be less than that. So that's not 2 and that's not 8. Okay. So 2 is in one of these 2 by sudoku. And, oh, that's very nice. This is 12. If that were 2, that would have to be 10. So that's a 2. And that tells me that 7, 8 here, so that's a 6. This is exactly one more to make the 9, so that's a 7. Yeah, that just cleared fog. Okay, great. So This is 11. Oh, that 6 is making that not 6, so that is not 4. This here is 12, which can be 9, 3, 4, 8, or 5, 7. Okay, it can't be 5, 7 because I've got 7 in both boxes. Can't be 4, 8 because that would break that cell. So it must be 3, 9, and that 3 tells me that that's a 9, that's a 3, that's exactly one less as we discussed earlier, so that's a 2, and that does indeed make 11. That 2 makes that 6, which makes this 4, which eliminates a 4 from here. That makes that a minimum of 5. That can't be 5, but it can't be 9 because we've got a 9 in the box. That's an 8. We get a 4 removed from here, and we get a 5, 6 pair. And we've got some lineage going on up here. Okay, this looked yellow earlier, but now that looks yellow and this looks orange. All right, what have we got going over here? That's 9 and 4, I think. Yes, and this 4 makes that the 9 and that the 4. 9 in this box must go here. 2 now must go there. That's a 1, 5 pair. That makes this a 1, 5 pair, but I can place them. And then these two are 7 and 8. Okay, using what we learnt earlier, these 3 digits must be in sequence. And that one being common to all of them. Because this is where the bulb is, they must increase in this direction. So this cell must be bigger than that. And it can't be 7 or 9, so that's an 8. This can't be a 2 or a 3, but must be less than 6, so that's a 1, 4, or 5. Okay. These 3 digits yes. Although they don't all see a common digit, there is something we can do that relates them. So because these 2 have this as a common digit, this must be larger than this. These 2 have this as a common digit, so this must be larger than this. But if that's larger than that and that's larger than that, then we have a nice relationship. So if that is larger than that, and that is larger than that, then those can't be 9s, that can't be 9s by sudoku, so that's a 9. So these must be 1, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously that can't be 1. So that's 3, 4, or 5. That is less than that. So it's 2, 3, 4, but it can't be a 2 or a 4. So that is a 3. That actually knocks the 3 out of there. This must now be a 1 or a 2, but it can't be a 2, so that's a 1, giving me a 4, 5 pair in the box. This has a maximum of 6, so this has a maximum of 5. 5 is made up of 1, 4, or 2, 3, but those 2 digits prevent either of those, so it's not 5. That 2 prevents this from being a 3, which would be a 1, 2, so it must be a 1, 3 to make 4, and we know the order. Okay. This is a minimum of 12, so this is a minimum of 13. So it could be 13, 14, 15, 16, or 17. Okay, it can't be 17 because that requires a 9, 8, and we've got an 8 here. 16, it could be with a 7, 9. So that would be 9 and 7. 15 could not be 9, 6 or 7, 8. 14 could be 9 and 5, but not 6 and 8. That's the only two ways to make 14. And 13, yeah, if that's 12, this could be 13. 13 would be 9, 4, 8, 5, which it can't be, or 7, 6, which it also can't be. So that could be a 4. But either way, that's a 9. Okay. All right, this 3 makes that a 5. We get a 2, 7 paired here. All right. What next? All right. Could be 1, can't be 2, 3. Could be 4. Could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 1, 4, or 5. This cell, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, could be 7, 8, 9. That's a naked single. 7. So these 3 digits are from 3, 4, and 6. Neither of those two can be 3. So that's a 3. That can't be a 6, that's a 4. That's a 6. That resolves the 5 and 6 here, which resolves a 4 and a 5 there. That makes that not 5. This is now 13. So this can't be 9 and 4 because that's also 13, but it must increase, so it has to be a 7. Ooh, look at that. That's not a 4. This is 1, 2, and 5. Okay, this digit must be higher than that digit. So that is 8 or 9. But if that's 7, then that's 8, and that must be 9. And if that's 8, then that must be 9. So either way, that is 9. Very nice. That digit doesn't really matter, just as long as that digit is smaller than that one. So that sees 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't see 5, doesn't see 6, sees 7, 8, or 9. So that has to be smaller than a 6. And it sees 1, 2, No, it sees 1, 3, 4, and 5. So that's a 2. Okay. That by Sudoku places 2 here. In this row, we have 5, 6, and 7. That 7 means that that's 5 or 6. And that's 7, which resolves my 8 and my 7. Okay, these 3 digits are 4, 6, and 8. That one can't be 6 because of the 5, 6 pair. That can't be 8 because of this 8. This 5, 6 pair makes that a 1. These are 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 8 by the box, but that one can't be 4 or 8. So that's 3. That gives me a 4 and an 8 here, and this is 4, 5, 8. And that's, again, not an 8. That's not a 4. So these are 5, 8, and 9 for the column. Okay, this digit must be larger than that digit, which is fairly free at the moment. Well, but that's from 4, 6, and 8. Right, and these 2 digits, let's put them in and then we'll figure stuff out. So that is 8, 9. Okay. This digit must be smaller than that. So that can't be a 9. That means that that's the only place for 9 in the column. That makes that 8 and that 9. That 8 means that that has to be smaller. That's a 5. That is going to be smaller. Okay. The 1 here has eliminated the 1s from there. That digit must be smaller than that. That could still be a 1, except that 5 is making that a 2. That's a 5. Right, this has to be 1 or 3, because it can't be 2 or 4. Right, this digit has to be smaller than that digit. What are our remaining digits in here? They are 1, 3, 6, and 7. Right, those aren't 3s. That's not a 7. This must be smaller than that. So that's not 7, and that is 7. That can't be 6. That must be a 1, 3, and 6. So we have 4, 9, and 11. Good. That is 14, and that's going to be a maximum of 13. So that's already following what we need it to follow. That 2 makes that 7 and 2. That makes, that leaves a 1 and a 4. Eliminating 4 from there. That is now 6 or 8 by the row, but by the column, that's a 6. Makes that 8. Makes that 4. That's a 3. That 6 looks up here, making that 4. That 5. That's 8. That makes that 4. The 1 makes that 5 and that 1. That 5 makes this a 5. This is a 6. The 4 in the box makes that 8. And then this is a 6. beautiful puzzle. That's a really, really nice rule set. I can see some potential for some interesting things with variations on that rule set. But yeah, no, I like that. Lots of fun. Some really fun deductions in that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice break-in, very clever of leaving these open to prevent a shorter path through here, and then making this a line that had to have every spot value on it. Very clever. Thank you very much, Marty, for creating that. If you enjoyed this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.